Holy moly, Louise, what a spot. Now, when I put this out in November last year that you were doing an outdoor primary school around here, the reaction was huge. Like, there was just so much joy about it. When was it that you decided this would be a good idea?
Actually, during COVID. Funnily enough, as all great decisions are made. I was taking, once we went back into schools, I was taking children out and taking them outside. So we'd take classes out for a couple of hours at a time, and just the difference in some of the children outside compared to their behaviour inside was just phenomenal. They were like different children, and it was so lovely. It was so lovely to see children that were more reticent or more kind of, you know, reluctant to put their hands up and take part, like becoming leaders outside. It was really lovely. And you know, the ones that were like a bit jittery inside, give them a spade and, you know, they could have a bit of a dig first, and I was like, this is brilliant, like why don't we do this more? Like, and I trained to become a forest school leader.
Right.
So then myself and a colleague started chatting about the idea, and to start with, you know, just a joke, oh well, when we run our own school, we'll do this and we'll do that, you know. But then gradually we were like, oh, this could actually be something really good. And sure, you know, like for Greystones and Bray and the area, like it would be perfect. So
I do think that when you have a really good idea, it's a bit like, you know, oh, we want to start a band, but actually starting the band can be quite tricky.
Yeah.
How has it been for you? I mean, you have got a beautiful spot here. We'll go through what's available. It just seems like a perfect setup.
Yeah.
But did it take was it quite difficult to get to that point where you knew, oh, this all works now, I'm on it?
Yeah. Yeah, you're very right. The idea, like, it's always great fun coming up with the ideas, and then the actual reality and the logistics of everything, that's where the work all comes in. So, I mean, the thing that delayed us by a year opening was that convincing the insurance companies.
Right.
So that took almost a year to convince the insurance companies that even though the children weren't going to be boxed in a classroom, they would still be safe.
Right.
We weren't going to run them up and down the M50 or the M11.
You abandoned that idea.
Yeah. But just that they would be fine outside.
Right.
If they fall over on grass, it's a lot less painful than falling over in the yard.
Yes.
And skinning your knees. And you know, they would be safe outside.
And this is something that is done around the world. I mean, it's not like this is nobody's ever done this before and we don't know how this works. The idea that it's already proven to be a very big success.
Yeah, I mean, it's massive in Sweden and the Scandinavian countries, and we have families as far away as Australia. Their children are currently in this sort of provision in Australia. It's very big in Australia.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to return home until we had this sort of provision here.
Right.
Same in Spain. There's a lot of this sort of thing in Spain. And we have families from there that are hoping to come. And in America, like the United States, and Scotland, a lot in Scotland, but also we've been doing some training with...
There's no French people, are there? Are you allowing French in?
You might do.
We should just say too that it's very, very much like you're doing the national curriculum. You're mentioned the fact that it's the baccalaureate, like it's sort of the international baccalaureate, sort of based on that. But it is the traditional. It's not like suddenly they're only going to learn how to whittle wood. This is all part of the regular.
So we're going to be taking the skills from the Irish national curriculum,
right.
And the skills are the ones that are what teachers are meant to use and what they're meant to, and then the themes that teachers use within national schools are just suggested, and they're suggested to bring out those skills. So we're going to take those skills, and as you said, with the International Baccalaureate, which is a world organisation, and SEK International also do that, but they do that for secondary. And there's a few schools within Ireland that offer the International Baccalaureate. And so what they have is like a continuum of skills in the International Baccalaureate, so
right.
that if you're really good at something, you don't have to stick with like 4th class maths. and you're only allowed to do the 4th class maths book until you move into 5th class. So it's more of a continuum of skills so that you are starting from where you're at rather than where they decide you're going to be at.
So if I was a kid starting here, like I'd be finished school in 6 months probably.
Absolutely.
Maybe less even,
Absolutely.
Who knows? We will say too that you're in this beautiful SEK building up here in Windgates. That means you also have 2 indoor classrooms, you have bathrooms, so everything is there for a regular school day, no matter what the weather.
That's it.
The joy being that when the weather's like this and people can get out, it'll be an even better.
I mean, we anticipate spending about 75% of our time at least outside. Some of the outdoor creches in the local area, they spend most of their time outside, and they're creche age children, and putting on the right gear, and you're fine.
Is there a way of ensuring early on that the kids don't become hippies though? Are there certain, I don't know if there's certain signs you can look for if they just start listening to a lot of Bob Marley, if they talk about early Pink Floyd, especially when they're 5 and 6.
If they're like eating happy pear stuff, I don't know, and wearing dry robes to school. I think, to be honest, we would struggle to beat that out of them being in Greystones.
Yes, I think it's inbred in all of the people who are living here. We will say finally, you must be giddy now at this point because it's been a long time coming. You've had what must have felt like a kind of a silly dream almost that maybe we could do this, and now you're doing it. I don't know how does it I don't know if you're nervous still or if it's sort of overridden by the fact that it's all worked out, like we actually have our beautiful place.
I kind of keep going into like sense of disbelief, sort of, and then I'm like, wow, no, this will actually be happening in September. We've got a large waiting list, but we would have we might have some places for certain age children, so we're taking junior infants, senior infants and 1st class this coming intake, and then we'll be expanding upwards as the children grow. We might expand upwards quicker if the interest is there, but it's just just can't believe that we've got such a wonderful space to be opening.
I will say we'll have all the contact details above this video and links and all that so people can go explore more, but just bottom line, well done, because it is a beautiful thing to do, and I think a lot of people will be incredibly happy that this is an option now in this town.
Thank you very much. We've got an open day on Saturday the 24th of May.
Perfect.
So if they go on to, if people are interested to come and have a look, they could go onto our website, and there's an events page there.
Perfect.
There's not a lot on the website at the moment, but we've been putting our efforts into the ground floor, the
actual
stuff.
Real stuff.
But they could come up, they can book in, and they can come up and have a look around.
Perfect. We'll link that as well.
It's also SEK's open day that day, so I think they have like activities on that you can, hands-on activities, and they have a barbecue and ice creams and stuff. So just come up for the ice creams.
So it's a party basically. It's an all-dayer. Let's have a lock in. Beautiful.